All right, welcome back, everyone. Today we are doing our August game of the month, Blades in the Dark. So thank you guys for joining us. This has been a fun system to dive into. And if you're not familiar with our channel, each month we pick a new game of the month to focus on. And then with YouTube, we go over different aspects of the system, how to create a PC, some of the core mechanics, how to run it a little bit as well. And then at the end of the month, like today, we're playing the dead last day in August. You will be able to watch us go through it. I think I'm actually the only. This is my first time playing. I think I'm actually the only one that's first time playing this one, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, so we got one first time player. I think that's the first time for this system because usually with other games, it's almost everybody's first time playing, but we're the newcomers on this one.
Yeah.
Officially, I've only run it before. I've actually
okay.
never played in it officially till now.
So almostly new. There we go. One way or another.
Perfect. We're going to get to dive into some Blades of the Dark goodness. I've had fun learning about the system. And actually, let me get that going. So one of the things we always do with our actual plays is we give a chance for one of our viewers to win a copy of the PDF. Because kind of how this channel started is I realized I was playing a lot of the same system and not really kind of branching out. So I decided to want to play something new and get other people playing some new stuff too. So let me turn that on. I actually forgot to turn that on, and eventually you'll be able to put Blade into the chat, and you'll be entered in to win win a copy of the PDF, which I'll email to you after the game. So let me get that going. I forgot to get that set up. Actually, while I'm doing that, let's have the crew introduce themselves. So I'm going to go for what's on the order of the screen. So, Ad Kim, you are first up.
No pressure. All right. Well, Zul Aran is quite a handsome fella who likes to dress himself in the finest bits of attire that he can scrounge up at least. Wearing long coats and sharp trousers. He is the son of a once wealthy house from Aruvia, but all their wealth was lost by bad management, bad bets, and bad luck. Now he seeks fleeting pleasures, at least, and being in a crew that does the kind of smuggling that this crew does, affords him the opportunities to indulge in such things.
Nice. All right. Next up on my list, that old DM. You're up.
I am also playing an Aruvian, Iblis El Raza. I will be using the Spider playbook, which is the devious mastermind. I am an Aruvian professor specializing in architecture that has come to Duskval on loaner from Aruvia and became embroiled in various machinations within the city very quickly, finding that my knowledge of buildings and ways to get in and out of them could be valuable to the right people. I too have a penchant for the finer things in life, often dressed in finery and robes, ornate sashes. On the street, though, they call me Shaitan to protect my professorship.
Nice. All right. Last but not least, Todd, you're up.
Hello, everyone. I will be playing Varin Cardera, the Hound, aka Hook. Hook as nickname, not aka to Hound. Varin is a paler-skinned individual who has a nice bushy salt and pepper beard and wears a simple banded shirt collar with suspenders and dark trousers. Certainly not an appearance that you might put with a smuggling group or the similar. So Varin is a Koros and enjoys himself a bit of gambling, and is comes from a background of trade.
Perfect. And I think the group. Oh, actually, I'll let you guys know. What's your crew's name?
We are known as the Ghastly Crew for our penchant for smuggling weird and arcane items throughout the Duskfall.
Perfect. You guys have built, you're kind of an up and coming crew, but you've built a solid reputation. And with that reputation, you all find yourselves at a tavern, kind of a dank, dim appearance. You've got a lot of regulars in there. It's got some music playing in the background, but nobody really seems to be focused on it. People are kind of lifting their drinks, just chugging away, mostly not even engaging in conversation. It's got the kind of a real worker feel to it. A lot of people just stoically just kind of unwinding after a long day. But you guys find yourselves there with a contact you've made, Elon, a dock worker that the crew's done a couple jobs with. And he's found a new score for you guys that maybe it'll make a real name for yourself. And most importantly, earn you quite a bit of coin. And so, yeah, you guys see Elon. He's kind of a long, lanky dude, dark skin. He's got kind of a rough looking hands. He's got a kind of a mug in one hand. And he's leaned back and kind of goes, you know, you got my favorite crew, right? I don't just give out these scores to everybody. So if you all want to get in on this, you got to make sure you make it worth my while, right? Just kind of sprinkle a little something extra on for me.
Elin, I feel like we are always sprinkling a little something extra on for you. When is that going to be enough?
Is it ever enough? We're out here getting paid. You'll get this score. People will know your name. You'll have coins abound. I'm just asking for little sprinkles.
You know, Elin, it's curious that every time we come down here to meet with you in the dark heart of this city, you want us to do a job and make you money.
Ain't that the way of the world? No, I make money, you make money. What do they say about boats and tides and rising and all that?
Well, we take risk. You make money. There's the risk is not commensurate with what we're giving you. We risk too much. You get too much.
Oh, don't break my heart. I got connections. I'm out here risking my life learning things.
No, Ellen, you are the connection. We have connections.
All right. Pay me what you think's fair. Make sure it sprinkles though, and just a couple little coins, and we'll call it square. But this is too hot of a lead to let go. You all have you heard of the grinders? You know, they got a little bit of a bad rap, but they're cute and cuddly when you get to know them.
And what nefarious activities are the grinders up to that we can poach, Ellen?
Well, you know, they've gotten the cargo. I don't know how they got their hands on this cargo, but they found a big block of enhanced spirit mask. And, you know, I got a buddy down by the university that's willing to pay a pretty sum if we can get them to them. All you got to do is find where they've got it stored. They've got it on a big old ship out in the ocean. They call them Leviathans, but, you know, they're pretty easy to take down. There's nothing too strenuous. And all you got to do is get out there without being noticed, get on the ship, get the cargo, and then come back here. And then you get a ton of coins. Everybody knows your name. And I just get a couple sprinkles.
Just like that, huh?
Just like the easy, please, like snapping your fingers. I'm basically giving you money right now.
Well,
Iblis sips on his ginger whiskey concoction from the bar and eyes Ellen carefully. You said the university. The university is going to buy these, yes?
Yeah, we got Professor Loden down there. I don't know if he's doing it on the up and up, but he promised quite a bit of coin if we can get it to him.
And how did you find this information exactly, Ellen?
You see, don't worry about the details and all of that. I mean, people know me. That's what I get my coins from. People know me and know I know people, and they come by and I tell them what I know.
You see this establishment that we're in, Elin. Do you know what keeps it from falling on our heads?
You see him look puzzled. I don't know, the rafters.
The details, the nails, the carpentry, the measurements, the angles.
Okay. Well, sometimes I slum it down here, but sometimes I go uptown. I got friends uptown. And I was hanging by the university. I was having a couple nicer drinks. I drink the swill down here, but when I go uptown, I get some old fashions and some nice drinks. And this professor, he came up to me and said, "Hey, I got coins. If you got somebody that can lift this for me," and I'm like, "Yeah, I got people. I know that I'm down with the crew," and that's how it all happened. And now the ghastly crew is set up for a good score, just thanks to your old man Elin.
So the professor, Lorden, is going to pay you to acquire these items.
Pay me. Don't you get fancy ideas about talking to this professor. He doesn't know you from Adam. He'll pay me and I'll pay you.
Well, that may or may not be the case, Ellen. But the point is, he's going to pay you to get this, and you are going to pay us.
That's right. That's the right of it.
So by sprinkle, you mean shaving it off the top?
It's not how they make sprinkles.
How do they make sprinkles?
They don't have sprinkles in Aruvia, yes?
Well, such a foreign concept. I don't know.
Not in the establishments we frequent, that's for sure.
It's a tragedy. They look fun. Well, regardless. So you get your shavings, your sprinkles, and we are awash in money, all for the slight little task of boarding a vessel called the Leviathan. No intimidating name there. Lifting them off of the boat, making our way back here, somehow intact and in one piece, and delivering the mess to you.
Yeah, when you say it like that, it sounds super easy, doesn't it? And the grinders, they pick strong names. They're a pushover crew. I mean, they're all branding. Don't worry about them.
Oh, well, that's when you put it like that, I'll just leave this establishment, look outside, and pluck a star from the sky and give it to you. You see, when you can make anything sound easy.
I would like that if you could do it. If you figure that out, come to me.
Well, like a good friend here said, details. What do you know about this ship?
Perhaps we're going to use one of the functions in the book, so the gather information one. So we're going to gather some info. Let me pull that up. And so this is my first time running the system. Usually I don't like to look things up so much, but today we're going to do a little bit of looking up as we go through. So you can gather some information on this. And so kind of how would Zool go about gathering information? And this is a bit of fiction first for this one, so go for it with describing how he would acquire it, and we'll figure out the mechanics later.
Well, again, considering my ignorance of the system and setting, do my best here. But is like a Leviathan like a commonly known designation for a ship?
I'm pretty sure it is. It's kind of what the grinders call their ships.
Okay. Well, I'd search my memory to see if I can remember any former grinders that maybe had a bit of a bone to pick with their former friends, and see if I can schmooze some info out of them with some, well-placed coin, alcohol, and winks and smiles.
Perfect. What skill? And you get to choose your skill for this one. What skill would you want to choose for this? It sounds like sway to me, but you get to pick.
Hey, surprisingly enough, that's what I was gonna go with. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Do I just give it a?
Yeah, just give it a roll.
Oh, Okay, so my position in this, would it be a controlled one?
Oh,
Risky
it's
one?
controlled. So and that's another piece of the game. So there's 3 different positions you can be in.
Hmm.
Controlled in a situation like this where it's not high stakes, you can approach it with caution. Risky, which is your average roll, and then desperate when you're kind of really in it.
All right. Well, first effect.
And we'll do this
Standard
at
on
a
it?
standard effect.
All right. Bonus dice. Zilch.
All right, so you got a 5 on this one. So control on this one. So you're gonna get some good details for it. So kind of just getting the standard effect for it. You get some success for it. With this being controlled, so he's kind of smoozing with some people, and that's one of the things too with the system. So if you get a 4 or 5, basically you get success with a little bit of a complication, but you did a controlled roll, so you can decide to avoid the complication, and which this case is going to be people maybe taking a little bit more interest in you asking questions about the grinders, leviathans, and you see people kind of leaning in like, is the Gaslit crew planning something? And you can choose to avoid this and kind of to pick a different approach, or you can kind of push past it and maybe have a little bit of complications down the line.
I would not want to get us off to a bad start. So,
And the complications of the system are kind of because it's a 4 or 5 for complications. Like you're most likely going to be either failing or getting some
yeah.
type of complication. So it's not like it's not like for 5e like a failed roll. It's just something that
Yeah.
kind of pushes
It's
everything along a bit.
it's a not as good roll. Yeah. Well, so at this instance I could like
Is there
Take
support or anything that I support Zool there, or would it be an independent?
Oh no, you definitely could. So I think you would take 1 stress for supporting him, but that would
Okay.
give him an extra die if I remember right. Let me pull up that sheet real
Oh,
quick.
all right. Okay.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We'll look at that next time then. Keep that in mind with the extra die. So, yeah.
all right.
Perfect. So are you looking for the information, or are you taking a different approach? Because you've got the standard, you'll get some good information from it. Your choice though, because you took a control position, so you get to decide if you want to take the consequences or if you want to back off.
And you mean heat, right, Tegan? Specifically, we're going to generate heat.
Generate heat for it. Yep.
Yeah, it's how the game runs, Zool. Heat is how it's
So-
done.
So expect heat.
Expect
All
heat.
right. Yeah, let's get spicy. All right. Let's see what happens.
As Zool goes around kind of schmoozing his various contacts, you get a lot there willing to talk. The grinders aren't very popular, but you do realize as Elon was kind of selling you, you probably knew it already, but Elon was definitely selling you a line with how cute, cuddly, and pushovers these guys were. The grinders have earned their name quite literally. And they are a pretty tough faction. They hang out by the docks, and you've learned with their ships, they've got kind of an interesting kind of a way that they handle those search patterns. And you get one kind of a chattery dock worker and goes, yep, these guys every time 2 ships go by, 10 minutes later another ship, then another 2 ships, then 3 ships, then 1 ship, and they keep circling around. It's just weird. They keep trying to vary it up and keep everybody on the toes, but I've seen them.
That's a lot of ships. Yay, here's another beverage for you, friend.
Well, I'll take 2, but yeah, thank you.
Okay, 2.
You go there, just evading those patrols can be the big piece because they're out there. I know you guys are a good crew, but you're new and these grinders they're nothing to mess with. But I believe in you.
Oh, crew. No, we're just friends making conversation. Friend.
Oh yeah, wink, yeah.
All right.
So you get a bit of information, kind of how they set their patrols with the kind of the cadence on that side, which may help a little bit as you all try to make your way through. So, is anybody else looking to gather any information, or we? Because one of the cool. Yes, go ahead.
Yep, absolutely. So I think as Zool heads out to go to the docks to buy drinks, Iblis gets into a carriage and heads near the university. And when he steps out of the carriage, he's completely transformed. He no longer looks like a basic swill drinking bartender, but he looks like a professor. And I will head into the academia, and I want to ask around about Professor Loden, find out what he's up to, and find out what he might be paying for these spirit masks and what he might be using them for. And I think I'm going to do consort for that.
All right.
And knowing that I am a Ruvian architectural professor, right? There's a little bit of my real identity that's on the line here. So, is there perhaps a devil's bargain, Tegan, that you would be willing to make?
Definitely. And Iblis kind of protects his identity as being part of the ghastly crew, right?
Yep.
So our devil's bargain, you can kind of risk not like letting people know you're part of the ghastly crew, but asking so many questions about this car or about what the professor does may tip people off that you do some shady things yourself.
Yep, I think we'll do that, and if this goes badly enough, maybe you should start a clock on that. We'll see.
Is that giving you another die?
It does.
It does.
The bargain, right?
Does.
Okay.
Yep. I get a 6.
Oh, solid. Started off strong there. So nobody suspects that you're part of the ghastly crew. They think you're just academic looking up another academic. You hear about Professor Lawton, and you've got to learn a couple different things from colleagues around the university. He's a whisperer by trade. And as a side, that's one thing I like too about this system is that the classes are actually known as trades in the universe. I enjoy that. But back in the fiction, but he's a whisperer by trade. He's known for accumulating kind of magical artifacts, both for the university and his private collection. And he's got a little bit of he's well respected in this field. That people think he's an expert. But he's got bad methods, or what people think are kind of unscrupulous methods. He's lost cargoes of the university's artifacts, and some believe he's taken them himself. Especially when you get to critical, there's a high suspicion that his alibi, his backstories have all been incredibly clear. But people think he's involved because it's all been things he's requested and known about their routes and known about their information, and they've disappeared on them. He's a kind of a cold, taciturn person, and doesn't really have many friends in the university as a whole.
Is there any insight or rumors about where he might be doing deals? Like, obviously, we're going to meet him to receive these spirit masks if we make a delivery, right?
Oh,
where might that potentially be?
Yeah, so he is known to be usually, and you see the people kind of give you the same result. He's known to be of 1 in 3 places. Usually, there's a bar by the university that he frequents pretty often. That's his haunt. He usually takes a booth in the back by himself and kind of quietly sips his drink while going over his lectures and going over his research. He also has his home, which is not too far from the university, and that's where a lot of the rumors go. He's got a basement down there. That's where he hoards it all. People haven't been able to prove it, but he's got some magic or something hiding it for him. You hear that quite often, or within his classroom within the university. Those are kind of the 3 spots he's usually frequenting.
Okay. Well, what was the third one? So bar, home, and what was the third one?
The university, his classroom at the university.
Oh, the classroom. Okay.
Alternate heist idea.
Double crossing anyway.
Look, man, I don't want to swim. That is, no. Just throwing that out there.
Good news. We have a boat.
Oh, okay.
Guys have a boat, and Blades is very player driven. So if you guys want to do an alternate heist, we can do an alternate heist.
I mean, I just put it out there into the universe. If you guys, it's like tennis, sir. You guys want to throw it back? I'm down.
Todd, any sneaking around you want to do?
Yeah, I might wander down to the docks and just try and get an eye out for the grinders as they come and go, and look for openings, weaknesses, anything like that that might help us give us a little bit of a leg up as we go forward in our task.
Perfect. Well, how would he be doing that? How would he approach it?
So as a definitely as a tracker, the surveillance isn't the biggest aspect or biggest benefit that he has, a skill that he has, but it's somewhat part of his what he does. But just keeping, trying to keep to the shadows and whatnot, and just picking, trying to stay unassuming, wandering the docks and looking about.
Perfect. So what skill are you using?
I will use survey for that.
Perfect. Survey. So you're in a control position as well. So give me a roll.
Ooh, a 2 and a 4.
All right. So 4. So
4,
so you're good on that side. So you'll kind of similar boat. You may draw some attention asking about the grinders on the dock, and adding some additional complications that may stack up with Zill's a little bit. But you can definitely get some information on how the grinders are kind of with their rep and kind of the weaknesses, and maybe something that you guys can use during your heist.
Yeah, definitely. And if you need any thoughts on that attention, maybe my rival Valeris, the spy, has seen me snooping about.
That's good, yeah. So, unbeknownst to Varin, you do see Valeris kind of just hanging in the shadows, taking notes as you go through and kind of hobnob with the various dock workers, asking repeatedly about the grinders and their group, and that's going to come back in a bit. But
Yeah,
you
probably,
do learn. Go ahead.
Yeah, just say Varin's probably a little too casual at times with some of this. I think given his the way he dresses and whatnot, he's not one to try and disappear into the shadows. So he probably leans into that a little too much and might get him in trouble.
Definitely. But you as you kind of go through, you get some good information as you survey through the system about the Leviathan or the grinders and their Leviathan. So the grinders, and you may know a little bit of this before, but you definitely get a better picture of them now. They process demon blood, so that's a lot of what their game is. They siphon demon blood and process it on their Leviathan ships and drop their cargo off around Dustfall. And they sometimes they partake in that demon blood, sometimes enhancing themselves with it as well. They're aggressive. They are not the most observant. They're not the most clever gang, but they are the gang that can get people out in the streets and start roughing up the town. Like they do a lot of vandalism, a lot of kind of protection rackets, a little bit of piracy too with their Leviathan hunter ships, and that's kind of how they make their bag. They're strong, not that bright, not that observant, and while they do have a strong gang with them, the way they've structured themselves, they keep a good patrol. But outside of that, they don't really have much ship structure. They don't have a good watch pattern on top in their ship. It's a little bit more. It's definitely a kind of a lackadaisical gang. They go about their business. They do their things well, but they just don't really have procedures and processes that will make for strong security overall.
Sounds like I'd fit right in.
Sweet. So, any other information you all want to gather?
Did we know if our Corey, is it on one specific ship or?
Oh, that's a good point. So it is on one specific ship. Elin would have let you know that it is stored on the Crucible. One of the grinders, Leviathans, out in the waters of Lockport.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to play, the guessing game with like 7 of them.
Just break into a lot of
Yeah, it's
random.
like, oh, well, your masts are in a different boat. Good luck. Oof.
Oh, actually,
I
there's one.
think.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I think it might be a good idea for us to potentially maybe get the attention of some local ghosts on the docks. And maybe this is something we can spend one of our crew coin on to kind of set up an advantage with, but kind of have them surveying the crucial the whole, as things are going on, right? Are there ships going back and forth? Like, are they ferrying product back and forth to the ship, or does the ship actually come in and dock, right? Because it sounded like they have a little bit of a routine going on, but I think, maybe since ghostliness is kind of our deal, maybe we can cut a deal with some ghosts.
Yeah,
to
it's pretty nice because like I could talk to ghosts.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, casually. Hey, what's up?
Sweet. So, yeah, definitely. So, how are you guys approaching these ghosts? Or what's the plan for getting them involved in the surveillance game?
What do we have that ghosts want?
We have a reputation for allowing them to ride along in our bodies.
Oh yeah, I forgot you took that. Yeah, that's
So perhaps if they would like to go on the job.
Yeah, add some excitement to their afterlife. Why not? Okay. I think I got enough room for one more, guys.
all right.
Not too
Since-
crazy
since-
about it, but
Yeah, we'll try to get you a small
What we
one.
need to
you
do.
take each room. Yeah.
I think what you should do, Zool, is you should angle for one ride along for yourself. And then if it goes badly, maybe multiples.
Yeah. All right, sure. Put me out there first.
You seem
Wait.
very excited about it.
I'm. It's kind of interesting because you kind of get in their head a little bit. They get into yours. It's a real deep personal connection with somebody that's not around anymore. It's sweet, or terrifying, but yeah. All right, so I'm not super familiar in this setting. How would one reach out to be passed on?
Oh, good news. Duskfall is a city covered in a lightning field powered by demon blood that keeps the ghosts trapped in the city with us.
Oh,
They're everywhere.
they're everywhere.
Ghosts
So
are all around. So
like just visible all the time.
Well,
Like
not visible.
Oh, okay. So if I wanted to, let's say Zool wanted to avail himself to the blessings of the dead, if one might say, how?
So you could definitely find some ghosts. I mean, so finding ghosts isn't the hard part. It's just convincing them to or to want to help out and offering your body up as offering willing to be possessed. It's a good bargaining chip, I'll say.
Yeah. Well, all right. So I'll go around the docks, maybe acquire a part of it because I don't want the other individuals down there
Well,
to know what's
Zool,
going on. Yes.
let me ask you, since it's player forward, right? So the ghost passage ability says from harsh experience or occult ritual, we know how to do this as the crew, right? The question is which is it?
Harsh experience or cult ritual? You know what? I've got the feeling that Zool, even though his family was a victim of financial ruin, has had a pretty easy life. So that's just cult. Something that one of the many tutors at his house showed him because he demanded it and he was bored of math. Yeah,
If I had to choose
show
between
me.
math and learning how to define spirits, I would choose
Yeah,
that.
I don't arithmetic. Get out of here. I want to talk to the dead.
A little known secret about the Ruvia. They say the demons hold offices in public there.
They say, but I mean, it's never been proven, right? Yeah. Well, so Zool with a bit of excitement in him because he's into the fun, weird stuff. Starts putting together the trinkets and materials necessary to bring forth a ghost.
Perfect.
Tegan's over there very quickly generating a ghost for us using the tables in the back of this amazing game.
Right. Where's that? Control F.
You see kind of a swirling little just kind of like just kind of starts as like a gray swirl. It kind of grows larger and larger. And you see the outline of an old, not even old, middle-aged human man. He had a large beard, and you can't really tell much about his skin because he's got this gray translucence, but his eyes do burn with kind of a bright, just a silvery hue. And he goes, "What have you brought me here for?"
The deal of a lifetime. Yeah, I'm sorry. That might be insensitive. Well, you see, I imagine that Zool is not alone in performing this. The other fine members of the Ghastly crew are along for the ride. Okay, so I wanted to include you.
Reservedly so, but yes.
Right? Maybe 10 feet away and not happy about it, but they're there. Well, hi. I am Zoolaran. And these fine gentlemen around me. Iblis.
Iblis.
I always choke up that last vowel. Iblis and my good friend Varin are members of a crew, a ghastly crew, you might say. The ghastly crew. We're the ghastly crew. We are looking for assistance from one such as yourself. Trying to keep an eye on this specific ship that keeps going around the harbor. Belongs to a group called the Grinders. Not sure if you were around when they were around, but they're a not so nice sort, and they've got something that we want.
What are you offering us?
Well,
that's the sweetest part of the deal there, dear ghostly one. For every hour of surveillance you do on the Grinders for us, Zool here will make his body available for an equal number of hours to you.
Zool will then present himself as like a man in the pinnacle of health, puff his chest out, hold his head up, like strutting a bit.
All right. So Zool, so you're puffing yourself out, trying to make yourself look attractive as possible. Yeah. What do you think? What action would he be taking to?
He's trying to sway this ghost with his masculine, handsome charms, of course.
Perfect. Iblis, are you doing anything to modify this one, or?
Yeah, so I think I will make myself a part of the arrangement as well, and I will take a point of stress as I volunteer my entire name as contract for it, right? Essentially saying that this deal will be marked, and both Zool and yourself will bear the mark in case we shy away from it.
Iblis, I'm kind of into this. You don't really need to do this if you don't want to.
Yes, but we need this to happen.
Okay. Good of you to take one for the team. Lauren, we won't even ask. I can see that you want no part of any of this. Fair?
Yes, that would be accurate.
Yes, well. So, and then in a very showman way also. No, just more fluff. Just essentially, then he will kind of make the professor also puff out his chest, look handsome, look strong, look yes, dignified.
I think Iblis produces a thread of spirit-bound material and begins to wrap it around Zool's hand and said, when you shake on the deal, dear ghost, the mark will be carried by Zool.
He starts like waving his fingers, like, come on. Okay, Sway. I'm sorry. I'll shut up. I'm having too much fun with this.
Oh no, sway for sure. So you're gonna get sway, but you're getting extra dice due to Iblis doing teamwork. And this isn't controlled. This is the riskier one. You're
Okay.
consorting with the ghost. So roll me some dice.
Effect would remain as standard.
Still standard for this one. Yeah.
Okie doke. And bonus dice is 1. That's a yummy looking 6.
Oh, nice. You see the ghost shakes your hand, and you feel kind of a cold chill run through your body, and you see the Iblis's mark appear on the ghostly, kind of translucent skin, and the ghost goes, "It is done. We will survey the ship, provide you with any information that we can as you make your approach. And then for all the hours that we spend, Zul, you will be visited and inhabited by us."
Just make sure it's a good time.
Oh, one more thing. Now the deal is done. We are aware that the grinders have spirit masks of great potency on the ship. Be careful.
You see his face fall. You see him like his face falls, and he goes, "What?" And he like it looks like he starts to back away, but the mark glows, and he goes, "We will honor our deal, Zul. Our time with you will not be fun."
Look, at
Good
the end of it,
news.
I just want to have 10 fingers, 10 toes, and all the same teeth, please.
Good news. If our task is fulfilled, we'll be removing them from that ship. And then you and your friends may do what you want with the crew.
I guess that is acceptable.
Well, it sounds very settled to me. Oof. Exciting.
So the same mark that appears on the ghost appears on Iblis, right? Because that's the way that power works. And I sort of pat Zul on the back as we're walking away. Just remember, if you don't go through with it, I suffer.
Oh, thanks. I wouldn't dream of it. Come on. It's kind of like it's a little like a bit of a bender. You wake up, you don't know what you've been, what you've done, where you are, where your clothes are. It's interesting. It's like a mystery to solve, if you will.
Perfect.
Now, doesn't our immune to possession, our feature, does that negate any ill effects?
Oh, does that feature make you guys immune to possession?
So Ghost Passage ability says all crew members become immune to possession by spirits, but may choose to carry a second ghost as a passenger.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not gonna renege on a deal. That's terrible.
The good news is we can renege on the deal.
Yeah, but I mean that's just.
But the ghost doesn't know that.
Hey, well, whatever, man. They're dead. What are they gonna do about it? Well, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Sweet.
I point to the mark.
Oh, see? All right, so we get surveillance. They get a good time, hopefully. And we get mass.
You do?
So I think if nobody else wants to do anything, we should probably hole up at wherever our boat is and try to figure out what the plan is going to look like. And then Tegan's going to tell us that we don't get to plan our plan, which is awesome.
One of my favorite features for this system is you kind of cut to the so you guys have gathered your information, you've assembled some spirits to help you out, but versus kind of a long, lengthy planning session, which sometimes is fun. I enjoy that for some games, but sometimes it could drag on. With this game, you got to go right into the action. And you guys, I'm going to give you guys three advantages because you guys were able to successfully gather information, spirits, and all of that regarding kind of figuring out the patrol patterns, getting spirits to spy on them, figuring out some of the weaknesses of the grinders. So each will there be so that'd be 4d6. So each of you guys roll d6 and somebody roll 2d6.
Todd can roll 2.
All right.
I'm hoping that's some good Todd luck.
I got a 1.
I got a single 6.
Okay, that's good.
I got a solid 3.
That would have been. Luckily, Todd got that 6 because it would have went really poorly for you two because you would have failed on. So basically, with the engagement roll, it kind of determines how you approach it. With the system, you jump right into the action. So with a 1 to 3, you guys have been in a desperate position with that first obstacle you came across. But with a 6, you get an auto success. So you see the ghostly cohort you've engaged kind of float. One of them floating near the boats, the other kind of surveilling the ships. As you see them kind of eventually reporting back and giving you precise information on the patrols that are kind of maneuvering around the ship. You guys are just able to sail your way through without any difficulty. Evading that first obstacle and getting yourselves within sight of the ship. So you guys see the crucial in the waters or just a little distance in front of you. You see kind of a roving light around it. Somebody with a lantern, kind of a little bit of shine, almost like a little makeshift lighthouse they've made on top of the mast of the ship. And you see it kind of just circling. And you see people walking the decks of the ship. You guys are still back in your ship a little ways away. What's the crew do to approach?
So I'm going to propose that we use a deception plan. Part of the reason is because I can develop a cover identity as the spider. And then, of course, we have a slide here to manipulate. But I think we should be dock inspectors who come aboard to check the paperwork of the ship. And then we can confiscate the materials and make away with it. That's what I think the plan should be.
I'd imagine they probably would be locked up, secure, whatnot. So probably something that would fall on myself to get in there and do those inspections to release that. But yeah, first things first is getting aboard there.
But my major concern is if they just say, what police, what dock inspectors, we never saw you, and we disappear from existence.
And one of the cool things, I'll give you a freebie, not a freebie, but a hand on the side. Flashback. So it's a cool piece of the system. A flashback, you can take some stress and go back in time and some preparation that you may have thought of to make whatever plan look more legit or give you that key piece you need. And while we're doing that too, I think on that side, so you all should, the stream sees it already, you guys should see it now too. I'm putting a clock up there. So this is an alertness clock for the crew of the Crucial. So this is a 5-1. So once they fill up on that side, they will be alert and hostile. Little heads up on that side. The clocks are one of my favorite pieces of this system. One that's kind of cool. It's universally applicable. It doesn't have to be with the blade system. But I'll let you. Actually, one thing before I turn it back over to you guys. For anybody that's just joined the stream, if you throw blades into the chat, you will be entered in to win a copy of the system, a PDF copy, I should say, of the system. So throw blade in there. Back to the crew. What are you guys thinking?
Oh, well, then I guess we totally got uniforms.
Well, so we should probably pick our load.
That too. Yeah.
Right. We should pick our load and so that we know how many points of load we have to take with us. One reminder is anything on your character sheet that's in italics, I believe it's free. It does not count against your load, if I remember that correctly.
That's right.
Yep.
So one of my free ones is a fine cover identity.
Convenient.
So we'll definitely be leading with that one. but I'm going with a normal load.
Would a disguise kit kind of work for? It's a fine disguise kit, so I'm wondering if it's like a really good disguise kit or the kind of disguise kit that you would use for like fine apparel.
No, fine
really
is
good.
high quality.
Then well, this is no party city, dock worker. Dock worker cosplay.
Yes.
All right.
I think I don't know if my trained hunting pet be of major value here.
This is our Doc Hawk.
Yeah. Tegan, the different loadouts 3, 5, and 6, light, normal, heavy. Remind us what the difference is there.
Definitely. I feel like it's something linked to stress. Let me look that up real quick.
Oh, I think I just
That-
I got it here.
That's how many boxes you can check of non-free items. So if you commit to normal, you can only have 5 boxes of gear with you, right? But you don't need to name them now. You name them as you go through, right? But you have to decide how many pieces of gear you basically prepared. So if someone wants to go heavy, that's fine, but that person is going to look like they're kitted out.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
A little slower, look like you're on the mission. Yeah. Okay.
I'm a normal dock worker. Don't mind the trench coat with all the bulges, please. So you don't have to pick it out at the onset. You can just kind of, I brought a pistol because I like shooting.
You have to pick the load now, but you don't have to pick what the load consists of.
Exactly.
Is there an advantage versus light to normal?
So light, you're faster, less conspicuous. You blend in with citizens. So for the dock worker disguise, it'd probably make it a little easier for that to be sold. 4 to 5, you look like a scoundrel. You look like a normal scoundrel, ready for trouble. So that's a normal one. Heavy, you're slower. You look like an operative on a mission. 7 to 9 load, you're encumbered. You're overburdened and can't do anything except move very slowly. So kind of determine if you want to look like a citizen at 1 to 3 with a light load, look normal like a scoundrel, normal, or heavy like you're about to do something crazy.
Okay, and the italics are essentially freebies. You can add them on all the time. Doesn't matter. Sure, I totally need a cane sword and trench powder. Yeah.
Knowing that we had some spirits observing the ships here and not knowing if they are still around or not, I do have with me a spirit bane charm.
Okay.
Just to kind of keep them at bay from myself, at least.
I have one as well.
As a freebie of mine, but
I have the option.
But I think I'm going to go light.
Zool's a weirdo.
So you guys see the spirits that are kind of flying around your ships. They're keeping a wide berth, both Iblis and Varan. They're hanging out at you and looking at Zool like good friends or fresh prey. Your choice.
I mean, why not both?
Sweet. So you guys got your load determined. How are you guys approaching that? We've beaten the first obstacle due to that critical success. But how are you guys getting closer onto that ship?
I am thinking.
Is it docked? Was it docked or was it in?
It's not docked. It is anchored, so it's kind of anchored in the waters, but it's definitely not moving anywhere.
Okay. Yeah. Iblis.
Well, I think we are going to approach with authority in the boat, right? I don't think we're necessarily sneaking.
Mm-hmm.
But what potentially could be really interesting is if one or more of us are either in the water holding on and they can swim across and kind of do something in the back, that sort of thing, right? But I think I'm on the front of the ship in my uniform of a dock inspector. I have my dock inspector hat on or whatever.
I love that boils down to I'm not the one getting wet.
I will be safely in the ship.
Somebody else.
What do we know about the items that we're after again?
They're enhanced
masks.
spirit masks.
Okay. All right. Masks. Okay. So could be in a crate or anything.
Oh, definitely. You think it's at least in a big crate or in a couple of smaller crates? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Did our good dock worker friend, whose name starts with an E and the rest escapes me, did he mention how many?
He didn't. So Elon would just let you know it's a good haul. He's not one of the details people. He gets excited about things, and you all know this about him. He gets excited. He tells the people he think he can get a little bit of profit off of, and that's the most. He scratches at the surface. It doesn't really dive in.
So we know that there's at least two because there's masks. Cool. Yay.
Real trustworthy guy.
We did this to ourselves. Okay.
Sweet. So,
I would probably volunteer for the third wheel in this operation, and maybe try and sneak around, scale around, and hope that my counterparts can draw attention, then get up and release the cargo.
Okay. Well, then I will. Zool will utilize his disguise kit to do his best to match up with the dock inspector outfit that the good professor has put together. Iblis. I feel like I'm gonna butcher it every time.
We're on a job. You should call me Shaitan.
Shaitan. Yes, that is better. Shaitan, my good man, Shaitan. All right. Yes.
Perfect. So, Varn, how are you approaching? So you see the ship kind of sailing up. Iblis in front. Zool. What's Zool doing on the ship as it approaches to?
Trying to inspire a sense of authority.
All right.
Oh,
Hey.
actually, you know what? That makes perfect sense. So Iblis has crafted a cover identity for Zool as the dock inspector, and you've dressed the part, right? You're the talking person, right? I'm the boat attendant that's with you. I'm your guy, right?
My man.
Mm-hmm.
Shaitan, my man.
If you recall Ocean's 11, right? Like you're the whale.
Okay.
And I'm Matt Damon with the briefcase, just going along with you.
Okay. All right. So should I just call you Matt? I'm
Matan.
Okay. Well, after Zool sees that, is Varn like hanging on to the side of our boat until we get close enough, or is he going out for a little bit of free swimming, getting there a little bit before we do?
Yeah. I'll try and swim out and around.
Okay. Keeping his eye on until Varn is essentially like on the other side, since he's going to go around back. Zool will reach out verbally, as loud as he can, and hello. I am the boat inspector from the dock. Hello.
All right.
What's the name on the identity?
Oh, I should make this so hard for you.
Give it like 15 syllables and in there somewhere, right?
It's like the identity is Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez. For you Highlander fans out there. Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez. We just call you Ramirez.
Yes. I am Officer Ramirez of the dock inspector, the boat inspectors that reside on the dock. Hello, please.
All right. So what are you trying to sway, or what action are you taking to get these guys lower their
At least say
suspicion?
command.
I mean, I could say command, but like it's I'm not trying to intimidate anybody. Also, Zul's not the best at commanding people. So let's go with Sway, trying to, maybe be that friendly cop that you meet like twice in a lifetime.
Sweet. So what will that be? So you guys have the fake identities and disguise kit. So I will give you greater effect with this one if you pull it off.
Okay, so
So
let's
it's risky position, greater effect.
risky position, great effect. Can I stress myself? It was push myself, take 2 stress,
Mhm.
right? Let's pile that on. Let's get off to a stressful but hopefully good start,
All right.
and let's let her rip. A
Just
4.
barely squeaking
Just
through.
yeah. Oh, it's a little stressful. Okay.
Sweet. So you actually let me do that real quick. Because with this, the complication is the thing ticks. Oh, which I forgot how to tip this.
If it's the card, you right click it and slide it, right? It's the token.
Oh, you're right. That works. All right.
Uh,
So we've got because with the 4, it's success, but a complication. So with this, we're doing a clock. So the complications get a tick on that clock. So you see that filling in with their alertness, they're getting more alert, and you hear them go, Dock Inspector. Why is the Dock Inspector in the water coming to see us?
no, I came from the dock. I'm sorry. I'm a little parched. Water everywhere and all that.
And you hear like they think they're whispering, and you hear, does he know where to grind us? We usually grind up our Dock Inspectors.
So I'm pushing the boat closer and closer, like just making a beeline for the ship, right? Like they're going to have to receive us.
Yeah.
And I kind of call out to the boatswain on the side of the ship. Drop down the road for the inspector. You know the drill. Drop it down. We're coming aboard. I'm going to kind of command him to go along with this.
Perfect. Risky procedure, standard effect.
Yeah, like if you sound confident enough, people just start doing things.
Exactly. Well, we get to do a one die command here, so this is where we're going to find out.
You want to devil's bargain it or push some stress? Or
I will listen to a devil's bargain there, Devil Tegan, but I will not accept it unheard.
So with this, you call out that command, and you see that they may on a failure they'll pull down that rope, but they do grind up their dock inspectors. So they may throw it down, let you get up there. On a failure though, they may be ready to throw down.
Okay. I will take your bargain.
All right.
2 dice. And we get a 4.
All right. So yeah, they throw it down. They are getting more alert. They goes, no, we can't grind them up yet. We don't need more trouble. Let's hear what they got to say. Throw them down the rope. And Varin, so you're swimming through the water. How's Varin doing? You see a lot of their attention is focused on the fiasco with the dock inspectors coming in.
As is the plan. As is the deception.
Yeah, so I think really just focusing on, go with Prowl and just try to, hope that they are doing their job, their task, but also best I can being stealthy in my approach and getting around, backside or opposite side of the ship to hopefully find a point that I can then climb up. I think climbing gear, unfortunately, is 2 load, which I think might be required in this situation, though. So I think I have to have that.
It should have. So if you have the climbing gear, what it should do is just allow you to have like great effect. Like if you have climbing gear, you can clearly climb the outside of a ship, right? It's
Okay.
not going to be a challenge
Yeah.
do it.
Okay. Yeah. So that's getting to the ship. Or that's once I get to the ship. But getting to the ship, I guess, is the initial action here. So yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, give me a prowl.
Okay.
Standard action, standard effect, risky action.
Okay. And those don't affect the dice. The number
No.
of dice, right? Yeah. Okay. It's just one. Um, I'll push myself on this.
Okay.
To get another one. Oh no. 2 and a 3.
Oof. All right. So as you guys are Zool and Ilbus commanding them to let down their ropes and telling them that you're dock inspectors, you see the ropes come down, but just kind of like that little circular lighthouse just happened to be doing a swivel. And unfortunately for poor Varin, it swivels at the perfect time and catches Varin mid-stroke as he reaches towards the boat. So that is a failure with a standard effect. I think that is two ticks, unfortunately. And you hear them howl out, "Hey, who's that? Who's that?"
Shit.
Kind of running, the hands reaching to their sides, to the blades and guns. They are reacting pretty hostily so far with 4 ticks on the clock.
That's a lot of ticks.
So can I?
No, don't.
No.
Take it away, man. no, because on roll 20 he filled it up. I'm like, no.
It did.
No,
I clicked the wrong button at first.
No, Tegan. No.
No, Tegan, please.
I think at that point, like Iblis will move quickly to go up the rope, right? Kind of just very quickly showing Zool, I have a concealed palm pistol in my hand. I'll go first. Get the ghosts involved.
Okay.
and try to head up to the top to get their attention.
All right, so Zool is gonna, like, I don't know, based on the kind of, like, is one of them riding along with Zool right now? Like, not necessarily taking possession, but along for the ride.
Oh yeah,
So to
there's
speak.
been one that's been kind of he's he's there. He's invisible right now, but yeah, he's been floating alongside you in the boat for some time.
All right. So Zool's gonna say, "You want a week worth of a good time? Take care of our grinder problem."
All right. So, what would you want this ghost to try to do?
Essentially, get him and his boys and girls to scare the ever-living life out of everybody aboard, essentially turning the ship into a ghost ship, if you will. That was bad, and I'm sorry.
Had to go.
But
for
yeah,
it.
I would have hated myself if I didn't. So yeah, that's what he's kind of offering up.
All
Zool's,
right.
Zool's a weird individual. The whole possession thing is exciting to him. So
I have a feeling those spirit bane charms are going to come in real handy, Todd.
yeah,
Sweet. So you see that the spirit at the week of possession looks interested. What action are you taking to convince him?
oh, I'm a swayer of ghosts, I hope. All right, and well, palm pistol. Ooh, that's stressing me out. Let's take some more stress and add a dice because, yeah. So I'm going to assume that this is a very risky position. Is it? You say does it bounce into desperate?
It's a desperate one, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is desperate. I don't. What does that entail for?
Oh, so it doesn't affect your roll, but it just affects what's going to happen. A desperate roll, if things go poorly, it's a little bit worse off. You'll be. Actually, I'll give you the full readout for it, just so you know exactly what's going on with this one. So you're in serious trouble. You're overreaching your capabilities. You're attempting a dangerous maneuver. And basically, what that'll do is if you get a 6, you do it. You just get it done. But if you get a 4 or 5, you get success, but you suffer either severe harm, a serious complication occurs, or you have reduced effect, whatever you're doing. And 1 out of 3, you get the worst outcome possible.
Nice. Oh, I love it. All right.
And you get the marked XP for your stats. So resolve will get a tick.
Hell yeah. What's up? Well, one shot XP, valuable stuff.
Drive it like you stole it.
Right.
All right. Well, so Devil's Bargain is or, so I can't just.
I think you can do a devil's bargain and push yourself, can you?
No, it's supposed to be
you
one or
can't.
the other. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can't do anything to stack the deck anymore in my favor. So 3 dice, a stressful roll, desperate
Alright.
position. Effect is
so effect is actually I'll give it to you with that. Your position, if you get this off, the effect is what's above standard. The one above standard. I'm looking the term for it right now.
I think
Greater.
it's great. All right, winner, bonus dice 1, and away we go. All right, it's a 3, boys. Woo!
All right. So things go to hell. You see the ghost go, we told you the information. We held our end of the bargain. Why should we wait? The ghost is kind of coming closer to you. You do see ghosts around the ships, kind of hovering above and kind of materializing into existence. But they don't look like they're there to help you exactly. They look like they're there to they're there to make their own ghost ship. You sold them on the idea of a ghost ship, and they want it now. They don't really care if you guys survive their assault. So you see these ghostly band assemble, and they are ready to fight. You see the grinders pull out their own weapons and prepare for battle. And you guys are spotted. The alert thing is completely overfilled.
I have down in the water, just I've fallen overboard, please. And then just, chaos ensues. Potentially just leaving me, maybe alone, but.
Vard probably in the best position so far. You just kind of see swimming along ghosts popping out of existence. Hear the sounds of people drawing daggers and blades, and kind of preparing for battle. Shouts of the grinders. And that's actually, we're going to take a quick break. So as you guys try to get the cargo off of your now ghostly possessed ship with hostile grinder gang, is the crew going to be able to pull it off? Before we go to break, one reminder, throw blades in the chat. We've only got 2 people in it so far, so your chance to bring home the system for you and your crew. So throw blade. I should have just put blades. Throw blade in the chat, and you'll be entered in to win by our Nightbot. But we'll be back in, let's say, 10 minutes, so 8:30 Eastern time, and we'll be getting back into the thick of it and seeing if our crew can get out of this crazy situation. All right. All right, welcome back, everybody. Took a little break there as the crew got into a pretty crazy situation. Before we jump back into the game, two things. The first, let me throw it back in the chat too. If you haven't yet, throw Blade into the Twitch chat. That'll get you into the running to win a copy of the system. I'm having fun with the system, so it's a fun one. And the nice thing too is it's pretty easy on the GM. You don't have to do a lot of a crazy amount of prep, especially compared to a lot of other systems too. So check that out. You don't roll as much dice though as a DM, which is kind of a little bit different, but it's still pretty cool on that side. Uh, and so throw Blade in there for the contest. And before we jump in, the last thing I'll say is do have our September game of the month. I'm going to be running Into the Odd in September. The nice thing is it's a smaller, easier system to kind of go over, which works well because I'm going to be out of the country for half of September. My wife and I are recreating or doing part of our anniversary, or part of our honeymoon trip for our anniversary. So we are going back to Oktoberfest in Munich, which I'm really looking forward to. If you follow me on Twitter, you get to see a 6'2" black guy in lederhosen. So go check that out. That's I think worth the price of admission on that side. That's why we're doing Into the Odd. It's going to be September 14th. Yeah, September 14th, Wednesday, September 14th at 7. It's a nice quick one that we can do since I won't be in town for most of the month. So come check that out. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't looked through it in depth yet, but it's got some really slick art. So looking forward to diving into that a little bit more. But yeah, let's get back into it. The crew's in a pretty rough spot. So Zul and Iblis tried to con their way on board the ship, posing as the dock inspectors, and got pretty close to making their way on. Or actually, Iblis is on the ship. He climbed right up before chaos broke out. But Zul tried to convince their ghostly cohorts who helped them with plotting their path through the patrol ships to see if they would aid them in their attack on the grinder ship. And they decided they would help, but they are going to take out the ship and make it a true ghost ship, taking out any living inhabitants on there. And that includes the crew. So you see ghosts around, and at the same time as this was going on, Varin tried to sneak aboard, and unfortunately the lighthouse on top of the ship caught wind of him. And you guys Iblis is on board, Varin's in the water, Zul is still upon the crew's boat. The grinders have drawn their blades, preparing to fight. The ghosts are attacking both the grinders and ready to attack the crew as well. How are you guys proceeding?
I'm definitely coming aboard. I have supplies to do so, and I will. Are we able to do? Can the ghosts carry objects? Do we know if they are capable of that?
They are.
So, tell me if this is a use for the flashback. Could we have asked the ghosts that kind of came and surveyed to maybe have brought aboard maybe a weapon or two?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll say 2 stress for that one, and then they could definitely have brought a weapon over and kind of stored it on the ship for you.
Okay.
Kind of stored it at a convenient place for you to get to. So they probably had the plan of swimming aboard. They can even store it on the hull, so you can easily grab it as you jump up.
All right. Yeah. So I'll take so to say a blade or two. For that.
Oh, actually, hold on. So you still do have to roll with the flashback.
Yeah,
Sorry,
okay.
I forgot about that. So, how would you convince him, or how would Varan approach the situation?
Considering how much Warren hates ghosts, and
yeah,
maybe isn't the best at swaying them, he could have asked Zul for some assistance.
Yeah, it probably would have pulled Zul aside and maybe leaned to him more and said, "Hey, let's. I think I'm gonna need some extra equipment, but I don't want to be showing that off when we arrive. So, do you think your friends here could give us a hand?"
Well, I'd hardly call them friends, but don't tell them that. But I'll try. And sure. So you'll ask them, since they're kind of just going back and forth anyway, on one of those trips, maybe just maybe, if they could perhaps stow away a blade or two in a spot of my good friend here, Warren's choosing.
Not
Right.
pistols? You want blades?
I mean, Warren, please, you tell me, and I'll tell them.
No, yeah. As a hound, yeah, we'll go with the pistol.
Okay, one, a pistol. All right, so let's,
Actually, sorry, I gotta look at my special items. I think a long rifle. Let's go a fine pair of pistols.
fine pair.
Fine pair, yes.
Ooh,
All right.
all right. So let the swing go. Is this from a brisky position? Controlled. I mean, I'm just talking to these.
Yeah, I'll say this is a control flashback, so I'll give it to you.
All right. Controlled effect.
Tegan, who takes the stress on that then? Is it
So you would take the stress of this being or Varn would take the stress of it being your flashback.
okay? 2 points.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, standard effect.
Actually, just one stress for that one. I'll look at it again. So standard effect. Yep.
Okay. And you know what? Zul's a team player. He's going to try his absolute damnedest to sell this, hey, can you carry a gun over there job to these ghosts. And he's going to take the stress to pile on the die, so to speak.
All right.
All right, so bonus die 1. Let's get our boy a sword. You've got to be freaking kidding me.
Just not there.
Oh, yeah, 3 dice. Yeah, the ghosts go. That's gonna be a complication. It's a control. So basically, the ghosts tell you that they're not really willing to do this. We're not your messengers. We're already scouting, and you've already offered up your body. There's nothing much more you can give to us, unless you want to press the issue.
Is so you are an invite to press the issue? Is that a mechanic?
No, yeah, because you're in a controlled position, so you can either walk away or make this a thing and try to push on, making it a risky maneuver and making consequences if you fail.
All right. Let's risk it for the biscuit, so to speak. So, Zul, I mean, would I take on one more stress?
So this wouldn't take. So unless you do another push it, you wouldn't.
Unless you push yourself, yeah.
So take 2 more stress, and then I roll again. 1 die.
Oh no! So you can if you only take another stress if you want to push it. So if you just do a regular roll, you don't have to take any additional stress outside of the one you took initially.
Considering the luck that I've had back to back, yeah, let's all right, let's stress myself out. Sway, and this is from risky.
This is risky.
This is risky. Yeah.
And the effect, I leave it as standard.
Still standard.
And I pile on a die.
There we go.
That was a little closer than I wanted it to be.
Sweet. So they go, fine. Well, we'll haul up your gun and place it into a good spot for you. But you guys got a complication with this. So Varn, as you kind of flash back into the real time as you're climbing up, you do find your gun on the hole, but you see a ghost standing right next to it, smiling at you, going, "I knew you'd be back for it."
And I'll get up and just kind of drenched and reach into my pouch and pull out my charm and just kind of hold that up. It's got like a chain on it and it hangs off. And say, my trouble is not with you. I will assist you in your others with taking this ship, if you allow me access to what is mine.
Perfect. Are you swaying, commanding, or what are you thinking there?
Ooh, nothing in resolve.
Nothing but your own. I believe in you, buddy.
Do some of the other ones too. Get creative on that side.
Let's see here. Let's do. I'm going to lean into. Actually, I'm going to lean into finesse. So, kind of giving this verbal persuasion, but it's a distraction with holding the charm as well, and then going to go kind of like a sleight of hand to grab the items, the pistols. Yeah, during that.
Perfect. All right, I'll make a finesse roll for it.
2 6s.
Oh, solid. Does it stack up? I can't remember.
Yes.
It does stack up.
2 6s is the critical. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So you get I think if I remember right, it goes to a level up. So you get a great success with this one. So yeah, actually, yeah. There's some room in this for the players to scrap. How's that great success look for you, Varn? You've got the ghost standing above you. You've got your pistol now in hand. You see the ghost was kind of definitely fooled by that quick motion. You see chaos on deck. What's Varn thinking?
Just yeah, like charm, kind of swing the charm around my wrist so it hangs off there, and then I have the 2 pistols and I check them both and load them and get them ready. And yeah, I'll kind of just tell this ghost again, just remind them, again, you're not our quarry. Stand by and we'll help you take this ship. Just reiterate that, and then look towards look and head towards the action going on, and yeah.
Perfect. So you see the ghost that you talk to. You kind of just give a nod. And he looks like he was had a threatening presence towards you before, but as you grab your pistol and flash the charm, he decides to look for easier prey and finds it in the grinders. You see this ghost let out a just unearthly bellow and fly down the deck and grab 2 grinders and just throw them overboard, helping you clear out the fray and make an easier path towards the interior of the ship, the under or the I forget what it's called in the ship, but the underbelly of the ship, the hold.
Wow.
So Zul and Iblis, what are you guys doing?
Do you have an action, Zool, or should we figure out what Iblis does when he gets to the top of the ship?
I mean, I thought I was in the middle of being possessed. I don't know.
They actually you see a ghost trying to possess you, but they can't possess you without your consent. This isn't exactly the deal.
Yeah.
Right.
So, all right. Well, I will just say that was not very kind of you. I'm going to shame him. I'm going to make him feel bad. I'm going to make him feel small. I was more than willing to just open myself up at the end of all this, and you just couldn't wait? Really? That's despicable.
All right. You see this ghost. It goes, wait, first you asked us to survey. We surveyed. And then you asked us to haul guns out. We hauled guns out. You're asking a lot. We're dead. You're asking a lot from us.
Yeah, but here's the difference, man. I asked.
What action is Zul using to shame this ghost?
Yeah, that's what I saw happening this game. Shaming the dead. Well, all right. So let's go with. There's not a lot to pull from here. So, sway, no. Charm, logic, deception, disguise. Oh, okay, yeah. So that does make sense. Change attitudes or behavior with manipulation or seduction. The ghost is not quite my type, but I can try to manipulate him. So let's go with swaying.
All right.
All right.
Any additions or to your position on that roll? So this would be just standard at risky effect, but are you doing any devil's bargains, or are you open to hearing a devil's bargain, or are you interested in taking some stress?
I'm beyond open to hearing it because I'm out of stress. Our man's quite stressed out. So, what does the devil have to say?
All right, so Devil's Bargain on this one. So this ghost already looks a little bit ashamed. You just proven he did not ask for consent, and he looks like, oh, I fucked up here. So he is willing, if you succeed, he will be able to help clear out more of these grinders, similar to the way the other ghosts did. But if you fail, he is going to try to drag you down to Davies Jones' locker. So he is going to bring you into the water and try to just drown his shame.
I mean, whatever. If he wants to possess a bloated corpse, that's his prerogative. All right. Well,
You going for it?
yeah. I mean, it can't be that unlucky over and over and over again, can I?
Can you?
Let's find out. So this would be risky at the very least.
This is risky. Yeah.
Okay.
They're not desperate yet.
Not
Risky.
desperate.
Can always do that later.
Always a risk in shaming the ghost.
We may be desperate, but
so standard
Yep, so standard or effect on that side.
and an extra die. That might kill me. Okay, away we go. It's been real, boys.
Oh, I don't have that screen up. What'd you roll?
Uno, tres, uno.
Oh, that is rough luck. You see this ghost billowing with shame. Zul shamed him. Like, he is ashamed, and he is doing like a lot of people with shame do. They try to bury their problems. You see this ghost grab you bodily, feeling its icy hands around you, and it drags you both into the water. Iblis, what are you doing with all this going on? You see Varin convincing a ghost to give you some help, getting his ghost to help out. You hear a splash and see just bubbles and the faint form of Zul in the dark waters descending, and you see ghosts and pirates abound on board the ship.
Can I get out one last thing?
Oh, God, what are you thinking?
I didn't ask for this either. And down he goes to the black depths.
So there's chaos on the deck, right?
Oh, yeah, it's...
Can I clearly identify who's sort of in charge, who's barking the orders on the deck?
Definitely. Yeah, I'm going to see no role necessary. You see one of the grinders. He's got a gaudy assortment of gear. Like the other guys are like they're pretty like their uniform. Like they've got like gray shirts, like just like rough worn tunics and pants. But this guy has got like gold chains. He's got like rings on his fingers, and he is shouting out, "I don't care if they're dead. Kill the ghost and get the ship back under control. And then we got to grind up those dock inspectors. They caused all this voodoo." Right. That's not Star Wars. Yes, caused all this. Yeah,
it's all right. So I'm sort of walking towards that person. The palm pistol is in my hand, but I reach underneath my clothing, and I brought in arcane implements with me, right? And I sort of pull out this multicolored egg that's been painted and ritualized, and I bark at the head grinder. "You have two choices, sir. I can drop this Eruvian oil on your deck and make it so much easier for these ghosts to take this ship from you, or you can cooperate and lay down your arms." So, and I'm angling for command on that one.
all right.
And I'm trying to get close enough so that if I have to, I can switch to a skirmish and shoot him. But
you are able to approach. So give me the command first, and we'll see what some complications would look like on that side. This would probably be a harm complication if it goes poorly.
You got a bargain for me, boss?
Oh, Devil's Bargain. Let me see on that one. What does Peruvian oil do again?
So here's what I recommend as the Devil's Bargain, right? There's nothing in there. it's just an egg filled with oil, right?
It's a boiled egg.
Yeah.
With
But
fire maybe spreading.
if you go that way, I'm unmarking the arcane implements because clearly I didn't bring them, right?
Works for me.
Okay. All right. So this is a lie. So we'll see whether this Scavlin guy knows anything about Eruvian magic. I got a 3. I'm assuming that was risky.
That was risky.
Standard.
Yeah. It's a risky and standard. So you see he does, like, you see him pause and he goes, "You got some stones, and you trying to bluff me." And you see a quick motion go, and he pulls out his pistol and takes a shot. You see the bullet flying towards you. Are you taking this harm or are you resisting?
Oh, I'm gonna resist the harm.
All right.
I've done this kind of thing before. Can I do a prowess resist, or you want resolve?
Oh no, prowess works.
Okay.
Yeah, he's shooting at you.
Aha, 6. No
Nice.
stress for me.
Yeah, you how does it actually go? Yeah, how does Iblis handle this?
So as he angles up the shot, I sort of toss the egg towards him so his shot goes wide. And then I'm going to go for the desperate move, the desperate skirmish. I'm like, "You're right, that was a bluff." And I'm going to take the pistol and I'm going to put it in his head and shoot him.
Perfect.
With
Don't forget to mark off a stress because you got a critical on that one, so you get to get a stress back too.
Oh yeah, that's right. So now I have 0 stress. Excellent. Oh, so I'm going to push myself on my skirmish attack then. All right, 2 dice to skirmish. Come on, palm pistol. 6.
Solid. All right.
A 6 and a 3. But that was desperate 6.
You still get a critical success, I think. Or not critical, but you still get a success. Yeah.
I hope you do.
Yeah, you pull the gun to this guy's head. He was so confident as he shot towards you, but that egg blocked it. Your bullet goes true. Take him out.
All right, so it goes right through his left eye. And then I just start screaming at everyone in the deck. "This is a raid, you fools. Get down before the Navy gets here."
With my so coming aboard, quick hands to grab my pistols and rush towards the scene. Would I be able to see Zool get pulled over the side and towards? So what I want to do, the other thing that I have brought, my last item, is electroplasmic ammunition. I really don't like ghosts. And so I'm like, got my pistols and start loading that into those and rushing over. And I see Zool going over and, try to take a shot down at, because a spirit was pulling him under, right?
Oh yeah, it's pulling him.
Yeah,
down,
so trying to aim at that spirit that is doing that to hopefully release that so he can come out.
Perfect. How are you making your attack?
And this is via a skill, right?
This would be a skill, so you could do pretty much any of the prowess will work for an attack like this.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I would go with finesse if I can.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So 2 there. I will push it, which is 2 stress.
Or I think just 1 stress. Push
just
it.
1. Okay. So I got 3 here. Let's hopefully that helps. It does not. 2, 3, and a 2.
Oh, rough. It's been a rough.
Does fine pistols make any difference? I don't think it does, right?
I'm not sure.
In effect.
Okay. Just effect. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a rough dice luck for the channel. Like today, for anybody that watched our stream yesterday, there was almost a TPK, literally 4 HP away from a TPK between 2 people.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I think I'd be a little desperate here though, and push that to try again if I can.
Yeah, go for it. So that's what put you in a desperate position. There'll be some serious harms and serious complications, but go for it.
So take a point of stress to push it, or
No. So first of all, Tegan, you have to assign the fail, right? The complication or the whatever, and then he
true.
just tries it again as desperate with a different
Okay.
different approach.
Yeah, so you take
So
a shit.
Tegan needs to do a thing to you.
Or to me,
Yeah,
like,
it's gonna be.
it's like, you know,
You
yeah.
can
He's
do
a
the
good
harm to.
yeah, it's like, oh, you mean your shot didn't miss, but you missed the ghost kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So with that, the ammunition, it's less effective against physical targets.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I mean, it still could hurt you a little bit, but yeah, it's not as effective.
So, as Varin pulls up the shot, the ghost just unnaturally sways aside. This bullet impacts on Zool. Zool, are you taking this? Are you gonna resist it? This will be harm.
I don't think I've got the stress to spare at this point.
Yeah, he doesn't.
So
if I go into it, would that put me into trauma?
it wouldn't put you into trauma. It would put you. So it would be harm. And you said those bullets aren't as effective against like mortals or people, right?
It says especially potent against spirits, less effective against physical targets.
This would be
Yeah.
moderate harm then for you.
Okay.
So
Several hits might incapacitate a human target.
I think that would kind of be pretty close to a deep cut to the arm with several of them taking down a person. So yeah, this would be moderate harm to you on that side if you decide to take it. If you try to resist it, this would be a prowess resist. And you roll your prowess and you minus whatever it is from whatever your highest roll is from 6.
Okay.
So
All
what's
right, I'll try to resist it. Let's see what happens.
all right? So 6 minus whatever you roll for your overall prowess.
Six, perfect.
I'll
Oh,
take it.
solid.
Yeah. Hey.
So you not only you could how does he Zool get out of this situation? You see the bullet coming towards you. What do? Or you're grappled up with a ghost sinking down the water. You see Varin lean over and shoot. The ghost moves. How does Zool handle this?
Where's that bullet gonna end up?
We'll say it could be like your shoulder. That's where it would have hit.
Okay, so a stupid success or a well thought out one is the question.
Well thought out one. You're
Well
supposed to be
thought out.
exceptional. Supposed to be exceptional.
Exceptional at something, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to see that, I guess, from this vantage point that that shot is being lined up, and he's kind of like swaying with the boat a little bit. He doesn't have a whole lot of motion in him because he's being kind of like grappled by the ghost, but he's going to use the motion of the ocean to kind of move into it a little bit more and try to like dodge out of the way a bit.
Perfect. So yeah, you got that critical success. So you dodge out of the way, and don't forget to reduce one stress.
Oh, hey, I get to get a little more stressed out later.
Perfect.
All right.
Varin, you are up. You want to push this to a desperate situation. You see this ghost has him gripped real tight now and knows that you are shooting. He is definitely, if you fail or even if you don't succeed completely, going to try to human shield Zool and get rid of his source of shame.
All right, and then I'm gonna push myself again at this to get that extra die in there. So let's hope for the best. A 1, 2, and a 5. So I got a 5 on that.
5. There we go. Yeah. So you see your bullet pierce through the ghost. The ghost dissipate. A shard of it kind of impacts Zool. But the thing is, this ghost has pulled Zool pretty deep. So that's the complication. Zool is deep underneath the water, this dark, churning water. It's going to be difficult for him to get his way back up. What's the crew doing?
As an extra piece here, Tegan, if you want to utilize this, the ammunition is especially reactive in the ghost field. If we're in that, make a 4 o'clock called Attention from the Spirit Wardens and ticket for every operation in which the ammo was used.
So I'll be honest, I don't
So
know what that means. I don't know.
So
what that means.
the spirit wardens are like the spirit cops that investigate all the stuff that the ghosts do, and so shooting the ammo basically means that spirit wardens are going to investigate this heist later,
Yeah.
and they're going to become aware that the ghastly crew used this kind of ammo, and they'll wonder where did they get that kind of thing. Like it would set up a later problem. With
There we
spirit
go.
wardens.
Nice.
Sweet. So there'll probably be some investigation with the chaos that's going down on the ship, which may leave a little bit of a trail for the crew too, and their future endeavors. But yeah, so Zool is sinking. Varn is pretty clear and free so far. Iblis just shot a guy through the eye. Chaos aboard the deck. What's everybody doing? Zool, Zool, you're probably prime suspect now. You're sinking pretty badly.
Zool's going to do his best to do the opposite of sink, and try to make his way back to the surface, with finesse, if you will. Please say yes.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I mean, if we need to, we planned for this kind of thing to happen, right?
Yeah,
so there's
flashbacks.
a flashback. There's a flashback opportunity there. So I think, being the devious mastermind, I think I planned for this.
Yeah, you probably planned for this. Zool, not so much.
I planned for this.
Okay.
And I want to trigger a flashback that says that I spoke to my information broker, Salia, to find out how to get a device for us to have on Zool that would basically like a life vest that would make him buoyant, right? That he can trigger, right? So all he has to do is like pull the knob off it or whatever, and it'll inflate using magic, using spirit magic. So I want to flash back again to that conversation. So I spoke to the information broker. We researched it, and we had the thing built. So I'm going to use study to have prepared for it. And then, so this is going to cost me 1 stress or 2 stress or
2 stress for this one. It is controllable with the roll though.
Devil's Bargain.
Yeah, let me just think.
If it fails, it gets heavier.
Oh, it'll be a good devil's bargain for this one. You know what? This would be this is a very good inflation device. If it's not precisely triggered, it will just keep inflating and keep almost like a helium balloon. He will start rising and rising and rising, and he's not going to drown. He's going to go the other way.
Towards the lightning field.
Yeah, towards the lightning field.
Why does this feel like we bought it at Willy Wonka's factory or something?
I'll take the deal.
All right.
Hell yeah! Somebody shoot me out of the sky.
Take the deal. I got 3 dice here. 3
Come on,
dice.
man.
3
Snake,
dice.
guys, no.
4.
All right.
4 on this.
Sweet. So you succeed. He is no longer drowning. It's not like he's rising up super fast, but he is like ship level now. He is like Zool. You see the dock of the ship, or not the dock, the
Hull, maybe?
no, the deck of the ship. Thank you. Deck of the ship. As you floating up, and you see yourself floating like moderately quickly upward and upward. What are you thinking?
Probably I would have probably thrown so I've got the climbing gear and thrown that maybe down. So either pull it up and then almost lasso style, or just throw it out towards Zool to grab onto to basically have a Zool balloon.
We just got our exit gang.
Zool, you see yourself, you're drowning, you're flying, and now there's something coming towards you. Varn, how is he getting the climbing gear towards Zool?
I will. Let's see. Probably finesse. I was going to look at and just for sake of something else. I'm gonna say hunt because I'm paying attention to his trajectory and I'm really trying to hone in on that and timing and all that stuff. So I'm gonna lean on that.
Yeah, so
right.
Risky roll, standard effect.
Got a 5.
Sweet. Yeah, you throw that. Actually, how does that? You're able to successfully either get the climbing gear towards him. How does that look for Varn?
Yeah, so I threw it down at the water and hoping that he would grab it, and then I just see him like breach and then just keep floating up, and I'm just like looking at the rope on the water. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? So I just quickly pull it up and grab a it's got a hook on it. Kind of as my nickname is, and so just like swinging it around a little bit and throw it out that way, aiming just kind of going past him, that hook there, so then he's able to grab it in flight.
Perfect. He's grabbing the hook. You're able to pull him down or start pulling him down. But you've attracted some attention. You see some of the ghostly crew start to take notice of you after you've pulled the one that is shamed and tried to bind them into service back to safety. You see two ghosts approaching towards you. What's the crew do? Zool and Ilbus, you see the same thing. The ghost approaching Vard, who's trying to reel in Zool. What do you guys? How do you react?
I would
Where's
throw
our
that rope
marked?
around the railing. There's probably a railing on the ship, so I'm gonna just
sure.
tying off Zool. So Zool balloon is tied off, and then like he can pull himself in, and then I'm gonna go to my ectoplasm guns. Basically, yeah.
It's a good thing you hate ghosts.
All right.
Where's our marked leader ghost? Is he around?
Oh yeah, you see him. He is above the fray, going, "Kill the living. These guys are not great. The grinders must die. The ghastly crew has appropriated our ghastly name and take them out. They have shamed us. We must eliminate all and make this a true ghost vessel." He's just shouting a lot of inane stuff from above.
So I whip out my Spirit Bane
I will
charm.
be right back. Sorry.
Okay. I whip out my Spirit Bane charm and I sort of rub it against the mark of mine that matches his mark, which should send like a little bit of pulse to get his attention.
All right.
And I'm going to sort of point at him and say, "Are you breaching our contract? Because I'm willing to pay the price if you are."
Sweet. What action is he going for?
So I would like it to be consort because we have this connection of this contract, right? That we're leveraging here. I think that makes sense. And then because we have the Spirit Bane charm, I was kind of hoping to argue for greater effect on this to make him back down. Because I will remind you, if either of us breaks the contact, they take a level 3 harm and are cursed, right? So I know what it would do. He knows what it's going to do, and I've done this kind of thing before.
Perfect. Yeah, so definitely greater effect. Risky action with consort. Let's see how it goes.
4. Damn it. Okay, 4.
Sweet. You see the ghost reacts. He goes, We have partially fulfilled our contract. The true Ghastlies of the sea,
And
don't
and
kill
so
the.
I'll
Oh, go ahead.
and like that I'll partially release the pain as I press the charm into there, which should cause damage to both of us.
You see, he kind of flinches. A spot on his cheek, kind of reacting in pain. He goes, "Fine, don't kill the ghastly crew. Kill the grinders." But as you see him say that, a little private grinder. He doesn't have much gaudy jewelry. He's got a kind of a real pimply exterior. Very young kid who's joined the crew. Has gotten bold enough to take a shot towards Iblis.
Okay.
What's Iblis doing? Is he gonna resist? Is he taking the shot?
Yeah, I'll resist. I will resist that with prowess
Mhm.
again. Again, I've seen my way around
Bit
one
of
of these
strength
shots.
too.
Yep. Actually, no,
What are
I'm
you
going to
thinking?
save the stress. I'm going to save the
Oh,
stress.
okay.
I am going to mark that I'm wearing armor
All right.
underneath my stuff. I'm going to let the armor take the shot and blow the armor use on the armor and just take it in the thing so that I can just return fire right on him.
Perfect. You see this youngster kind of pull up, take a shot at you, kind of lodge into your armor, kind of cracking it and denting it and making it unusable for you, but you're still alive and running. Take a shot.
Yeah. Come on. Four. I'm assuming risky standard.
Risky standard, yeah. Yeah, you shoot him, but you see that many of the grinders, seeing that the ghosts are no longer attacking you and that the crew is getting slaughtered, retreat to the bowels of the ship, leaving you all alive with their ghostly compatriots, but with more grinders beneath the deck.
Okay. Did I take harm from the thing that we were doing with the ghost? Did you want me to mark one harm?
Oh, yeah, so there's one harm on that side. So you just take, what's the what one harm is? Uh,
We'll just call it ghost mark burn.
Perfect. So, if you guys have the deck clear, you've got your ghostly compatriots flying above you. The guys beneath the deck with the cargo you are looking to steal. How's the crew playing this?
Yeah, so seeing the grinders are gone, if I needed to, would assist Zool in coming down to the ship.
Oh yeah,
And I think well, it's probably not inflated by air, as you said. It was a magical effect, so I can't really like pop it.
Yeah, and I would maybe say we don't pop it. Like let's let it be part of the overall plan because I think floating the spirit masks away might be
Yeah.
a way to do this because I wanted to angle for a flashback here.
okay. Yeah, what do you
So
think?
we got the cover identity, we got the disguise, right? If I have documents, if I mark that I have documents, what's the fact that maybe we legitimately filed a search and seizure and the Navy really is coming and all we have to do is fire off the flare for the boats to come running in, and then that search warrant does name Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez as a special investigator who's supposed to take one crate of things off of there.
All right. That's going to be a big devil's bargain. Or not devil's bargain. Big flashback. Yeah.
3 point.
Yeah. Sweet. How is he setting this up?
So I think again, when I was dealing with Salia, so it cuts back to my information broker when I was talking to about this whole thing. And basically, I wanted to study how to actually file all of these things. And we went through forging all the paperwork and submitting it to the appropriate office and having it notarized and the whole thing. And by the time they find out that he's not a real inspector, it'll be too late because all the official channels. So I think I want to use study
All right.
to have done it with Salia's assistance.
Perfect. This will be a risky action, greater effect.
Okay, let's see here. I'm marking and I mark the documents as well on my character sheet. And another 4s. Loving the 4s.
Sweet. So this is a kind of a risky one with standard effect on the side. So you are able to get those documents pushed through. There could be so. I'll let it have actually. No, this is risky. So yeah, so you don't get to push back against this one. So you can either kind of so you know that this paperwork may not hold up to some of the captain's musters if they look through it as you guys are kind of absconding with your crate. Some of them may question this. This may lead to complications down the line. If you wanted to, you could go into a desperate position to kind of push back against these complications, or you could try to let it ride.
Could I resist the complication with resolve or prowess, or do you want it to go to desperate in order to try to stop it?
So this will be one that kind of moves to desperate if you want to kind of try to stop it on that side.
Yeah. Okay. I will do desperate study, so that will let me mark insights.
All right.
And it took hours to set this up. Like I had to take classes. Like there's all these flashbacks of Iblis taking classes at the university, doing intern stuff for other professors to learn all of this kind of stuff to try to pull it out. All right, let's see. 2 dice.
I'm imagining one hell of a montage.
Good or bad?
Dose.
Ooh.
This is terrible.
Yeah, this is going to be a severe complication.
So we filed the paperwork, but it didn't go through, right? So when we discharge the flare, they come, but they're not coming for the ship.
Yeah. Come for everybody. Let's see, this is a 2-for-1 special, or now a 3-for-1. Get rid of some untrustworthy ghost, get the ghastly crew and a grinder ship. This captain is he's angling for admiral now. He is looking for a promotion. He spotted this poor paperwork. And Admiral Kerfuffin is on his way to get Captain Kerfuffin is on his way to get his admiralship.
I'm assuming they brought the spirit wardens with them. Right?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna throw out a wild flashback as well. So my friend is Casta, a bounty hunter.
Okay.
And somehow I want him to know that if shit goes down, I want him to take this captain out.
All right. So this will be another 3 stressor. But yeah, this guy can definitely. How's he convincing you? How are you convincing your bounty hunter friend? Or what are you doing to your bounty hunter friend into position to help execute this ploy?
I'm gonna offer up a massive chunk of my cut of this job to Casta. Casta's a good friend. And partly in hopes of, or with intent to not really give any, if at all, sprinkles to Ellen.
We technically have 2 coin that we start with as a crew. So
Okay.
We want to burn one of those in this flashback to pay the bounty hunter in advance. We can do that.
Sweet. And
I'd assume its coin is like a 1,000.
It's like a bag of coins.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a.
What's that give you? Does it give you like an extra dice? It gives you something when you spend coin for stuff. I'm blanking what it is.
It gives you an extra dice for other things. If you wanted to apply here, that's totally fine in the flashback. I mean,
yes. So if you want to spend a coin to get your bounty hunter friend on the job, what's is he? How's Varn approach? Is he trying to convince him? Is he helping him find a way in, or what's Varn doing to get him primed and ready to be on that ship?
And it's I don't want him to not necessarily not necessarily kill the captain, but I want him to delay or put him off of this duty. So to be on watch and know, and then I'm trying to figure out how he would know to deal with this, because knowing the rest of the plan.
Well, we probably named that captain in the original warrant. Like maybe we specifically angled it that captain was the watch officer that was supposed to execute the thing, so we were guaranteeing he was there.
Yeah. All okay. Right. Yeah. Anything else that you need, Tegan?
No, that's good. So, what skill are you going for?
And this is to convince Casta, right?
So, to convince him, or either find a way to put him in position. So, kind of however you want to get him.
Well, in that case, survey for sure. That's kind of my thing is surveying and whatnot, and getting Casta there to know what they need to do. So,
all right.
All righty.
So a risky roll, greater effect.
Oh no, a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, things are not going great for. What was the bounty hunter's name again?
Casta.
So Casta, she's your friend. She kind of jumped out the opportunity. You surveyed the ship and tried to give her some good points of entry to find and kidnap the captain. Tries to do so, but she finds herself surrounded by the captain's men, and she is actually captured herself. As you guys see, the ship still, and you see after the flare goes up, the ship is still beelining towards the group. And you hear a loud voice go, "This is Captain Kerfuffin."
Can I?
Oh no, it's Zul. Yeah, what's Zul thinking?
Well, Zul is not the best planner. But seeing as he's a purveyor of pleasure, he's very good friends with a specific lady of the night, a Nyrix, if you will. And maybe, just maybe, at the behest of his more intelligent colleagues who might have been musing aloud at the, how can we keep this gosh darn captain busy? Well, Zul knows a special lady. Trying to convince her to put on her feminine wiles and keep the captain distracted, maybe a little late, maybe a little out and about a little too long, and things slow down. Buys a crew some time.
All right, this will be another 3 stressor. Same thing, risky, standard, or greater effect.
I actually do not have
you don't have to stress
to spare. Can I do something anyway?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if not, if I can, so c'est la vie. But
so let me remember. I forgot what happens when you get your stress filled up. You don't die, do you?
Do you get trauma? That's what I based on like the layout of the sheet. That's what leads me to believe that.
Yeah. So I'll continue looking up, but yeah. So you can push this one. But you may get some trauma for as things go down after your flashback if it was successful.
Okay.
Because when a PC marks their last stress box, they suffer a level of trauma.
All right.
And then you circle a trauma condition there.
Well, I think Zul's already a little bit reckless. So let's really just put a label on it and say he's a reckless kind of guy. But so would he be gotta love it, manipulating a Nyrix, try and see if she would do as he asked. Let's see it. I don't have the dice to spare on the stress to spare on anything, so it's just 2 die.
2 die.
I imagine this would have been from a controlled environment, or is it risky?
This was a risky one. Trying to convince her and get her aboard the ship to distract the captain.
Okay. Effect.
Oh, this greater. It's another greater one for you. So if it goes
And
off,
bonus.
nice double
let's
six.
go.
Ooh,
Oh,
So what was her
Five.
name again? The lady of the night,
Nyrix.
Derrick's. So you guys, so let's rewrite. You did not hear anything from Captain Kerfuffin. You guys, this is kind of, it's been a chaotic ship environment. So you had the bounty hunter Costa trying to break into Captain Kerfuffin's room and grab him, but fortunately his guards were able, or fortunately for him, the guards were able to surround the bounty hunter and capture her. But the captain's been nowhere to be seen outside of his quarters for hours. You hear people knocking on the door going, Captain, the flare's up. We gotta, the flare's up. We got to get out there. And you hear him go, I'm busy. I'm busy. Go away. This is a problem for another day. And you guys see the flare, and you don't see any ships coming towards you. As the signal flare goes up, and Captain Kerfuffin is having the night of his life.
Ship is a rockin'. Don't go a knocking.
Oh, thank the heavens for Nyrix.
well, that keeps the ship from coming, which keeps us from getting captured, but it still doesn't deal with our entire problem.
One problem at a time, I guess.
This is feeling a little bit like Clue, where, but that's not really how it happened.
But actually,
yeah.
that from
So there are no reinforcements coming. You do have grinders beneath the deck with your cargo. A ghostly assortment of forces behind you who have decided to no longer include you on their kill list. What are you guys doing? How are you guys getting that cargo and getting it back to Dustfall?
So one of the options for gear is trance powder, right?
Oh, okay.
How much trance powder does that entail, so to speak?
What's Azul thinking?
Zool wants to, in the hopes of using the, is it almost airtight? The sides might be. Walls of the lower deck, considering they all might be in a pretty constrained space. Try to put that trance powder to good use and put these ghoulish grinders in a more amenable mood. Maybe approach the ghosts. They have nothing but love for you, kind of a thing. Maybe,
Approach the ghost?
yeah, the ghosts are here to bring you joy.
All right.
Okay.
So this would be so are the ghost, are you using the ghost to get that transponder into position, or what do you?
Well, we could. Oh, I've had such bad luck bargaining with them. Whatever. Zool's a reckless man now, so to speak. So why not? He's going to try to sell it to the ghosts. It's like if you want bodies to possess and take over, give them a spray of this, and they'll be much more amenable to the idea.
All right. So
I'm gonna my back hurts because I'm reaching really hard right now, but
reaching, but it's gonna be. So this will be. This is desperate action. Give it to these ghosts after one of them tried to drown you. But this is another greater effect. If you can convince these ghosts that this is a greater effect, it's not flashback trying to repair another flashback. So this can be pretty beneficial to the crew if you're able to get this off.
The operative word being if. All right, so desperate, because yeah, it is. Greater effect, let's do it. Extra dice, man, I wish I had them. Wait, is there
I'll assist on this.
You sure? But could there be a bargain, perhaps, that might be worth listening to?
Yeah, let me think on that real quick. It'll be a good devil's bargain for this one as you try to convince the. All right, that's a devil's bargain. So you've already offered them a week of your time. They're going to. You see the ghostly captain who's still got a burn mark on his cheek from Iblis's assault earlier. Goes, we can help you do that, but I want to be a passenger in your body full time. We call it space sharing, 50-50.
Well,
What do you say, Rumi?
Zul's not the brightest, and he's recently become more reckless as of late. Let's see what happens.
I think Iblis whispers in your ear, a lot better than breaking this contract.
Yeah. Well, for your sake, at least, right?
Yeah.
Okay. One bonus die. Hope it matters.
Plus
And
one from the assist.
Oh my. So it's 4 dice in total?
Yep.
4 dice in total.
I mean, let's see if it matters. Maybe I get another one. Yeah, I do.
Oh.
Ooh, look at that. You sweet man with your sweet assist.
Nice.
Oof.
So you get a roomie, but the ghosts are incredibly effective at their job. You see them taking your trance powder and just like absorbing themselves into the deck and scattering it around. And you just hear like for a second, like what? And then you just like as these guys are zoned or like drugged into a brainless stupor beneath. The ghosts are back friendly. You've got the ghostly, I don't know if I gave the lead ghost a name. The ghostly Varnick is now living within you. You kind of hear his like running commentary as everything you do on about. Like he goes, that's not the way I do that. Back when I was alive, we did it this way. Back in the good old days. And you just hear that like he doesn't stop talking. Like he's just like everything you do, running commentary as he is space sharing within your body.
Yeah, well. I think that Zool will just talk right back and have very enthusiastic conversations with his passenger, so to speak. But that's down the line. That's not relevant right now. Okay. Well, he'll gesture to the rest of the ghastly crew and say, I think the way might be clear.
Hook, you want to find us our spirit mask so we can get the frack out of here?
Absolutely. And I will prowl and survey and hunt about to find this cargo.
Perfect. And you find the cargo. It's 2 big boxes, clearly marked stolen spirit mask. The grinders are not the brightest crew. You find them, are able to gather them up, and you just see, as you kind of prowl through there, no roll necessary. You just see these grinders, these fearsome thugs, just drooling, blank-eyed, staring into the distance as you guys are able to kind of liberate their cargo. Anything else you guys want to do on the ship?
I think I speak for a lot of us when I say the word leave.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys are able to gather your cargo, load it up onto your boat, and take off from the Leviathan hunter ship and make your way out of there. And as you guys leave, you see the ghost that you'd made your contract with taking over the ship, possessing those who were left in the trance below them, and now they've got their ghost ship. But Zul, your best friend's still with you. He is still there. And you hear muttering, I wanted the ghost ship, but hey, Rumi, we are going to have some good times together.
Oh, I know we are. And he's gonna talk. So he's essentially sharing space with 2 of them now, is it, or just
just the one?
Just-
But 50-50. So when Zool
right.
goes to sleep, he may not be just sleeping. He may not-
That's fine. Well, whatever. This is a resource, right? So this is the former previous captain of that ship, correct?
Or the captain of the ghost, yeah.
Okay. Well,
he's a captain,
hey,
a
captain.
ghostly captain.
Okay. Well, you know what? He's going to have some maritime experience. Please. What's the best way to tie this knot? What do you think I should do about this? Where should I put this? Zool's going to annoy this man to like undeath with all his questions. It's like, yeah, he's there. Why not?
Oh,
So
go
So
ahead.
Tegan, given how much information we know about Professor Lawden from the beginning, I think the payoff is more of a shakedown at the end. The question is, do we meet him at the bar, having issued him a private invitation to come to a special back room of the bar, or do we just show up at his house, potentially in his living room, with the boxes for the payoff? What sounds cooler?
What do you guys think?
I mean,
I like being there in the living room as he like comes home after class, and we're just, who are you?
did you find out if he has a family?
Oh, he definitely does not have a family.
He's all right. Well, let's hell yeah then.
With this floating box.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you had the inflation thing too. Yeah, so you guys had the floating box, no road on, so you're able to make it into his living room. You see Professor Lawden come in. He's got a kind of stuck up appearance, glasses on, just a real gaunt looking expression. And he's just a real aristocratic look as he walks into his home, takes his coat off, and then looks around and he goes, "What the hell? Who are you?"
Professor Lawden, infamous whisperer, violator of various funding contracts with the university. We have your goods. And I will gesture to one of the two boxes. The other box is not there.
You see his face
However-
kind of light up a bit, but it go back to stern.
However, the terms need to be slightly renegotiated. My good friend here, Vornak, will discuss the matter with you.
So Zool, I don't know if you want to resist this, but Varnak will definitely try to discuss this.
All right. Well, take the reins, Captain.
Well, you kind of see like Zool like freeze up for a bit and then just have a completely different demeanor. So the Varnak takes his possession of him and goes, "Well, my friend, we've got this cargo. We don't want to pay any finder's fees. So you're going to give us the full price that you offered for this, as well as a look around that underground basement you have and just peruse and see if there's anything worth acquiring for us."
Jeez, Captain, you're kind of greedy.
I like it.
He goes, "I was a pirate in the real when I was alive." And you see Professor Lawden, he looks like he's going to like resist, conscious of his arcane might, but then he just holds his head and goes, "Fine, you'll have your coin. You could take a look around some of my completely legally acquired artifacts, all above board with the university, you see. And you may have one that we mutually agree on after we go through, and there's some that are off limits, but we will come to a deal."
Okay.
I don't know if the captain's still driving or not, so
I'll let you guys determine next if there's anything else you want to push for there.
oh no.
No, I think that's good.
All right.
And so made a friend. Oh boy.
So you all,
We also made an enemy in the grinders, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, tomato, potato, right?
And Professor Lawton to a degree. But the professor holds up to his word. He pays you a ridiculous sum of coin. He gives you access to his basement, where you see is lined with rows and rows of arcane treasures. And the Whisperers, or the Ghastly crew, is able to load up. You may actually probably made a name for yourself today. You've pissed off the grinders, stolen their loot. You have tried to kidnap a captain of the Duskfall City. You did successfully seduce him with a lady of the night. But you guys came out victorious with your cargo and crew. And that's where we'll wrap up.
I would like one parting moment. I think in Ellen's drinking pub of respite, where we met him in the beginning, Iblis is sitting there in his shoddy dress when Ellen shows up there, and I put in full view of everyone one of those enhanced spirit masks on the desk or on the bar in front of him and say, "There's your sprinkle." And walk out as the whole bar sort of sees that now this dock worker is in possession of this highly expensive spirit mask. That should up our heat and rep a little bit.
For sure. You guys definitely get some rep for that. You hear Elon go, no, this is how we do it. What's he doing, guys? Hey, this isn't mine. Take this, and you hear him kind of mutter, "Where is my coin?"
That mask is worth more than one bag of coin there, Ellen. Have fun collecting. And then we just sort of walk out.
You see, like, as you leave the bar, all of the patrons kind of just turn and look at the poor contact. And he goes, "I don't know what this is. Like, this isn't me. This isn't me." And you kind of fade out as they start to approach the poor Elon, who didn't get any coin and now has quite a bit of heat to his unassuming rep.
Oh man, nice touch.
The chef's kiss, right? Todd, that's what
Absolutely.
I'm angling for always.
Absolutely.
Oh man,
Tegan, amazing.
Yes, absolutely.
holy hell!
I like this system. This has been one that I run more often because it's a fun one. I enjoyed learning about this system and playing it. So I'm glad you guys had fun. I had some fun with this one as well too.
Early.
So probably about a couple minutes, we'll do the giveaway. So if you haven't yet, throw blades in chat. Oh, hey, Shalala, welcome back. Throw blades in chat, or throw blade. I should just put blades. Like, I don't know why I didn't put the S on it. Throw blade in chat, and you will be entered in to win. We'll be giving
Copy of a early 90s vampire movie?
Oh yeah,
Blade.
I think late 90s.
Late
I love
90s,
it. It
man.
still holds up. If you haven't seen Blade, go watch Blade now. But Blade 1 and 2, you can skip 3. But 3 was
I just
bad.
watched Trinity recently. It does not hold up.
Yeah.
Long live Wesley Snipes.
Yeah. Long live Wesley Snipes. I'm looking forward to the new Blade 2. So that will hopefully be good. But yeah, throw Blade into the chat. We'll be giving that away. So far, I think we've got 4 people in, so definitely still some room to
Good
win.
odds.
And then so I enjoyed this system. The flashbacks are great. I love that's kind of a cool system with it.
The book is perpetually by my bedside, always leafing through it. It's one of these books you can study forever. It's a master class in role-playing design. It's just even if you never run the game, reading the game is unbelievable.
Man, it's got a lot of very cool stuff that I totally want to just steal and add to homebrew.
For sure.
Man.
Yeah,
You didn't even see downtime or entanglements yet. Yeah.
Clocks are fantastic. We've talked about that a lot, Tegan, and some of our stuff. And then the Devil's Bargain, I think, you'd have to figure out how to utilize that, but pushing roles, in other systems, bringing that into another system and building on top of that, it's to allow a player to do a reroll, I think is fantastic mechanic there.
I enjoy it. I love how much control it gives the PCs and the players and being able to kind of go through and kind of accomplish their ends. My one complaint about it would be I don't roll dice, but that.
So you do roll dice. You'll roll
did?
the entanglement roll at the end.
Oh, is that supposed to be
right?
the DM that rolls that? Oh, okay.
The GM rolls
yeah,
that because you have to do it to all of the factions that are involved. So like the grinders, the spirit wardens, the you can even make the captain there a principal, that maybe starts to take action against the crew. Is cool. But the other thing is the fortune roll is a thing that you can do yourself. Whenever you want, you can do the fortune roll, and then when I run it, I always make the entanglement or the position roll at the beginning of the heist.
Okay.
You had us do it, but as the GM, I always do it, and then because you're just going to hard frame, and the players won't know if they went well or not.
Okay.
I always do it that way.
Yeah, I would do because I like rolling dice. That if I did, I would roll more dice.
There you go.
Overall, I really enjoyed it. This is one of my favorites. I probably this and Lancer out of the 6 I've done so far, five or six I've done so far, with my two favorites for completely different reasons. But it's just a lot of player control, a lot of kind of cool collaborative story building. I really liked it because I wasn't sure, I was worried I wasn't going to like it. I feel like I have to give Scum and Villainy a try with live play because over the play by post it wasn't my favorite. So I think this would be kind of a good one to try again. But I really had some fun with it. And Dunkiners, you're right. Yeah, that didn't really need to roll when they kind of kept torching themselves with some of those rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Scum and Villainy I have, it was actually my first purchase as well. I bought Scum and Villainy first and then bought Blades after the fact. And I definitely like Scum and Villainy less than I like Blades. But I also have Banded Blades, which for an entirely different take is so cool. You run a military company that's trying to get from point A to this fortress, and you have to go through this zombie army, and you're running. So everyone has a role as one of the officers, and then you go on these very Saving Private Ryan-esque fantasy missions.
That'd be cool.
It's so cool, but it's completely built for campaign play. And you either make it to the fortress before winter or you don't. And so the entire company will live or die based on what happens at the very end of the game. It's so cool.
Definitely want to try that out sometime.
Yeah.
So, so last minute, throw your blade in there, and hopefully you'll be into the running to win. And then join us on the 14th for Into the Odd. So I'm gonna start reading that. I'll probably start this weekend.
My other favorite system, Todd knows. I don't stop talking about Into the Odd.
Oh, it's fantastic! I'm
looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a hard press whether I like Into the Odd or Blades better as like a total game. The only thing is Blades tends to play better for people who role play, but Into the Odd you can play with someone who's never role played at all. They can make a character in 10 minutes and you can go, and it's amazing.
Because I haven't played it, but I heard it's similar. Doomer, who plays on the show a lot, says it's kind of a mixture. Mouse Ritter and
Mouse
Karen
Ritter is built. Mouse Ritter is
Mm-hmm.
built on Into the Odd. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so the odd, the ODD in the name stands for original D&D originally. So the idea was it was into the original D&D. That was the original emphasis that Chris McDowell sort of came with. He doesn't tell people that anymore because everyone's like, but it's not like basic D&D. I'm like, yeah, I know. It isn't basic D&D. It's into the basic D&D. But anyway, wow, my light just decided to crank itself up all of a sudden. Anyways, Into the Odd's amazing. And the ever talented Johan Noor did the art and layout for that. Who did Morkborg? The guy who did Morkborg did for the remaster. He did the work on that, and it's just incredible.
I like the Morkborg art. I've got to give it another sit down to try to read through that one. But definitely some fantastic art. And yeah, we can kind of dive into that when we get into the end of the odds. So actually, let me throw that in the chat. If you're not already a part of our YouTube, each time we pick a game of the month, we go through and kind of break it down. So first impressions will probably be probably look for it next Wednesday because I've got to do this in a really truncated schedule just to make sure it gets up before I leave the country. So look for that sometime in the overall review for Blades in the Dark. But yeah, it's time to give away some stuff. So kind of a quick countdown there. If you're not in yet, throw yourself in. Throw Blade into the chat. And I'm going to get my Nightbot to do the roll-ups. So going once, going twice. And Shalal, you won. So you will
Congrats.
be message or whisper me on Twitch your email, and I'll shoot you over a copy of the Blades of the Dark system. Let us know how it goes. If you get to run it with you and your players, I had a blast. I hope you and your crew have a blast too. But yeah, so before we go, though, to give the crew a chance to say goodbye. So kind of on the right side, Adkim, anything you want to promote or anything you're working on?
Promote? Well, I'm just along for the ride. Just another shout out to this game and you for running it for one, putting up with our antics. Jeez. Yeah, no. So props to Tegan. Thank you for running a fantastic game.
Thanks, man. All right, that old DM. Anything you're working on or coming up? I know one cool thing you're doing.
Well, there is a project that Todd and I are kind of brainstorming in the back. That the inspiration is sort of a dark, bloody western, probably using Into the Odd as a framework. We're kind of playing around with that. We've been messing around with Frontier Scum, which is a Morkborg variant, a little bit in the back. I don't know which direction we're going to go in it, but I have two sets of playtest documents that I'm working on. We'll decide which one is cooler. So you can look for that, and you can learn more about that by following me at Twitter at @thatolddm, where I can be found. And that's that. And hopefully we'll see some big games coming soon.
Nice. All right. Last but not least, Todd, what's coming up for you?
Just as Rich mentioned, touching on some of that stuff. A little bit of a quiet September here after a pretty go hard year it's been so far. I think I'm gonna maybe try and get some more Star Wars 5e in the next month or so. Get back into that, and there's something I was thinking of and I lost it, but you find me online at Todd Moonbounce. Of course, I'll give a shout out to DJM Dungeon Jedi Masters with Tegan. So we'll have a new episode of our podcast out next Tuesday. So check that out. And thank you again to you, Tegan, and to the other players as well. This is great.
Thanks, guys. I had a blast. And speaking of Star Wars, come back Tuesday, or when the podcast comes out, come back to this channel too. We got Star Wars 5e Tuesday. I DM this week, so next week will be Keith DMing Stranded. So come through, see some of the shenanigans with that crew, kind of how we're on the search for the captain through the wilderness of our planet we've been trapped on, and kind of see if we can save the captain without making it worse somehow, which is a very big challenge for our crew. So come hang out with that. But thanks everybody for hanging out. Shout out to Shalal as the winner for the giveaway. We'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody. Actually, hold on. Is somebody online? Actually, we're gonna raid somebody. I always forget to do this. We're gonna raid the mini Arcanist. So stay tuned, guys. Go, check them out. They've got some great stuff as they are going through. I don't know what they're painting today, but they paint a lot of different minis. So we're gonna give them a raid as soon as I get my screen back up for that. So check them out. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm a terrible painter, and they do a great job going through and painting stuff like that, which I don't have the talent or patience to do, but it's fun to watch them do it. So check them out on that side. They only accept from teammates. So unfortunately, we can't raid them. So we will be leaving Bye, everybody. Sorry for the confusion.
But go check them out anyway.
Go check
them
them
out
out
anyway.
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
See you, everybody.
All right. Bye.
All right.